In this video, I'll be showing you exactly how to create a stunning Shopify website just like this one. Whether you're dropshipping or not, this tutorial will give you the exact steps you need in order to start your Shopify store successfully. So let's get right into it. The first thing I want you to do is go to the description of this video and click on the link where it says free Shopify trial. Then you're going to be brought to this page here where you can actually try Shopify for only $1 a month for the next 3 months. So go ahead and first add your email address here, then click on start free trial. Go ahead and skip all. Okay, so now you're going to be brought to this page. So the next thing I want you to do is click on select a plan. And of course, you want to try Shopify for $1. And honestly, you only need the basic plan. There's no reason to really level up. So click on choose basic. So you can pay monthly or yearly. I'm going to click monthly, confirm billing cycle, and go ahead and add your information here. I'll be paying with a credit card. Okay, so once you put all your information in, now you can click subscribe. And as you can see, you're only paying $1 for the next 3 months, which is an amazing deal. All right, now the next step here is to click on online store. And now we want to add a theme to our store, and there's a ton of free Shopify themes. Personally, I really like the Scents theme by Shopify, so we're going to go ahead and add this one. Now click on publish, then click customize. All right, and this is what the Scents theme looks like. I think it looks pretty clean. Now we can actually customize our store. Now before we even start customizing our store, at this point you should already know what products you will be selling. So go back, come to the home page, click on add a custom domain, add domain. So as of right now, we have this generic Shopify domain, and of course we do want to change this. So since I'm going to be selling skincare products on my store, I want my store name to be Peachy Skincare. And if you're thinking of a store name right now, I highly recommend using out this free business name generator by Shopify. If you're planning on selling skincare, you can just go ahead and search that up, and it's going to generate a ton of different names for you and give you a few different ideas. So once you've figured out what you want your store name to be, the next step would be to actually purchase your store domain. Now, as of right now, your store ends in .myshopify.com, and obviously that's not very professional. So what I recommend is purchasing a domain that ends in .store. .store is a domain name exclusively meant for online selling. It's possibly the best kept secret right now. It's already been used by celebrities like Rihanna, Maroon 5, Michelle Obama, and influencers like Zach King, Dude Perfect, Mark Robber, and big brands such as Faber-Castell, Discord, Emirates, and 1 million more sellers. With your online store, it's very important to build a good brand, and .store provides some really great domain names that are almost impossible to find elsewhere. Anyways, moving on now, I'll show you how to get your .store domain. So on this website, click here on buy now. Now add in the store domain you'd like to purchase. For me, that's Peachy Skincare, buy now. Add to cart, proceed. I would skip these options for now and click proceed. Now here I would remove this. Now you can type in the coupon code Sarah Finance Store, and once you apply this, it's actually going to give you your domain for only $1, which is an amazing deal. Now privacy protection is recommended. It is going to cost you $10. If you were to turn that off, you'd only have to pay $1 though, so it is up to you, but I do recommend adding it. All right, so now you can actually place your order, and once you do that, the domain name is secured and it's yours. Okay, now come back to your Shopify account, and where it says add a custom domain, click there, add domain. So since you just purchased a domain, you want to click here on connect existing domain. And now it's going to pretty much just ask you to add the domain that you literally just purchased and then prompt you on the next steps. And then what will happen is your domain name will be connected to your store and you'll be all set. I didn't actually purchase the domain, so I won't be able to show the process. All right, now once you're done from here, you can exit out and get back to the home page. Okay, next, I want you to add a Shopify app to your store. So go to the description of this video, and where it says AutoDS, go ahead and click on that link. All right, now go ahead and create your account. I'm going to sign up with Google. So you get redirected to this page and click on Shopify. And you can start your free trial right here and then just add your information. Okay, so now you're going to be redirected to this page, and go ahead and add your Shopify store. So you're going to get redirected here. So click add app, install app. All right, now it redirects you back to the app, and as you can see, your store is now connected to AutoDS. So basically what you'd use AutoDS for is to actually source your products. So if you are dropshipping, this could be your dropshipping supplier. Now, if you aren't dropshipping, you don't have to use this, but if you are, go ahead and search for the product you want to sell. So the product that I want to sell on my store is a facial steamer, so this one right here. So all I have to do is click on import draft, then come to the draft section, and then now now click here on import. And what this is going to do is actually add the product to your Shopify store. Now, the cool thing with AutoDS is, let's say a customer was to actually purchase the product from your store, you would just have to go to the order section here and the order would actually show up. And then basically you would just have to click on a button that would fulfill the order, and then that product would get shipped out directly from AutoDS to the customer, and you literally don't have to do anything at all. So you can easily manage all orders right here. And if you do want more guidance on how to start dropshipping, I do have a dropshipping mentorship where I teach you the exact steps that you can take in order to be successful. You'll have my support and my team support throughout the entire process. Many of my students have been successful and made thousands of dollars. So if you want to apply to the mentorship, the link will be in the description of this video. So let's go back to Shopify and click here on products. And as you can see, the product now appears here. And if you did want to sell more products on your store, you can do the same thing again on AutoDS. Find the product, import it to your store, and then I'll show you how you can actually customize the product here. So go ahead and click on your product. So I'm going to go ahead and make a few changes here, and then I'll run through exactly what I did once I'm done. All right, so I'm finished up with this page. I'm going to run through what I did. So obviously for the title here, I just put what it is. And for the description, you can go ahead and actually use this as an example for your current product. So I think it's really important to just highlight what the product does and just kind of explain the features of it. And I always add GIFs just because it makes your page look a lot better. I also explained how to use it, and then I added one more GIF. So if you want to go ahead and pause this, you can just use this as an example. And yeah, that's pretty much all you really need to have in this section. And how I found this information, honestly, is just by looking at other stores selling the exact same product. You can use them as examples for your own. Next, make sure you have high quality images here. I just found these on Google, and that's pretty much it. Now for the variants, all I had to add was the different colors, pink, black, and green. You can add other variants too. Let's say you need to add like a size or the material or style for your product. You can go ahead and do that. And now here, obviously for each variant, you're gonna have to make sure you add the price and then how much is available. This doesn't really matter. Obviously, it's just for you to track it, and then you don't have to worry about this either. But I just put the price here as $99.99 for all the product. And that's pretty much all you have to do on the product page. So once everything's done, obviously make sure you save it, and let's go back. Now next thing I want you to do is go to online store, then click on customize, click up here, and then go to the products, default product, and now you can go ahead and see your product page. And this is what it's going to look like, and we're not actually done editing it yet. There are still things I want to add. Okay, so here where it says template, I want you to click on add section, show more, click on collapsible content. So in this section, I usually like to add an FAQ, return policy, and shipping section because that is information people are always looking for. So we're gonna go ahead and add that. So click up here, and you want to change the heading here to FAQ. So it should look like this, and actually instead of the check mark, we want to change it to a question mark. So click on question mark, and that's how it should look. As for the content, this is what I put. And if you're not really sure what to put in this section, I recommend just looking at your competitors' websites and see what they've put, because it's obviously going to be something similar to them. Now let's go to the next one, and let's put this as shipping. And for the icon here, I want you to find the box. All right, and here's what I put for shipping. Obviously, you're going to have to look at your supplier and see what their shipping policy is. Let's save that, and let's go to the next one. We're going to put this as the return policy. You should be able to find the return here. Click on that, and now go ahead and add the return policy. This is what I put for the return policy. Obviously, it's up to you what you want to do on your store, but I think 30 days is usually the standard. So save it, and we can just go ahead and remove this one right here. So this is how it should look. Where it says collapsible content, you want to go ahead and change that, and honestly, you can just remove this. You don't need to put anything there. All right, so now you are done with this section. So now we're going to go back. Now let's click here on view your online store, and we'll click on catalog. So this is how your product page looks. Obviously, we are not done customizing this yet, but it should look something like this. Now, the next important thing we want to do is actually add a logo, and this is something that is very important, and we are going to be creating this using the website Canva. Now, I want you to go to the description of this video, and where it says Canva free 30-day trial, go ahead and click there. Here, click on start your free trial with the $149. Now, obviously, you get a 30-day free trial, so you don't have to pay anything right now, which is great because you are going to have to use this. So click here, and now just go ahead and create your account with Google or whatever. Okay, so once you create your account, you should be brought to this page, which is Canva. Now what I want you to do is click on create a design and do custom size. Let's do 800 by 200. Now, as for your logo, you can get really creative with this and do whatever you want, and you can even look at your competitors' websites for some inspiration. For example, here's one of my competitors, and this is what their logo looks like, so if I wanted to, I could do something similar. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it very simple and just add cool text. My store name is Peachy Skincare, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add that text, Peachy Skincare. I'm just gonna make sure that I make this as large as the page here. This is the largest I can go, and just make sure you center it. So I'm gonna change this from Canvas Sans to something else. So this one right here looks pretty cool. So just by adding a cool font like this, you can have a pretty decent logo. Obviously, if you wanna go all out with it, you can as well, but this is honestly fine for my store. Now, as for the color of your logo, you have to be careful with this because you wanna think about what colors you wanna have on your store. For me, I want my store to be very pinky, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make this a pink color. Alright, so I changed the font and the color of this because I wasn't a fan of it before. But anyways, once you are done playing around with your logo, go ahead and click share, download. Make sure for the size it's on the largest, and you want to click on transparent background. This should be on PNG, and then just go ahead and download it. Alright, now next go back to your Shopify store, and you should be in this section here. Now if you're on the home page, what you want to do is click on theme settings, then here click on logo. Now you can go ahead and just upload your logo in this section. Alright, and now my logo is right there. And you want to make sure here that this is on 300, because if it's not, it's going to be a lot smaller, and you obviously want it to be as large as possible. So click here on save. Alright, now we are on the home page, and it's time to pretty much just customize this page. And we're going to keep the home page very simple. We're not going to do too much with this. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is just add an image here just of someone's face to kind of represent the product I'm selling. So I literally just found this image on Google, and I'm going to add text here. I just put feel young and beautiful, and I'm going to change this to small. Now as for the button, you do want to redirect people to your products, so just make sure here it says all products. Now where it says featured collection here, this is basically going to be where all your products show up. So if you have more than one, they will show up here. And in this section, I usually like to change it to 2 just because it makes the product larger here. Now let's click save. Alright, so now that we're basically done with the home page, I just want you now to go up here, click on products, and then click on the default product page here. Now we are going to edit this product page, which is honestly the most important page and what really matters, because majority of the time you're going to be redirecting your customers to this page. So I like to spend more time fixing this up. So product information here is good. For the related products section, I don't usually keep this, so we're going to go ahead and just click on this button, which will hide it from the page. Now there are a few things you want to change here. So there's some things you want to remove here, like for example, it says my store up there. We don't want that. We're going to go ahead and just remove it. Now one more thing, if you scroll down here where it says share, I usually don't like to add this, so we're going to just go ahead and hide it. Alright, now this should be your final product, and I think it looks pretty good. We don't want to overcomplicate things here, let's just keep it simple. Alright, now once we're done here, the next thing I want to do is just click on the theme settings, and here where it says colors, you are actually able to pretty much customize your store colors. I'm just going to keep it the way it is because honestly I think it looks good, but obviously for you, you may want to change up the colors, and you can go ahead and do that here. Now click here on typography. So I do like the font that's already on this store, however if you want to try a different font, you can. I know a good one is Open Sans. Now click on layout, and there's nothing you have to do here, so we're all good. Now scroll down here, click on social media, and if you do have any social media accounts for your business, I recommend just adding them in here. Now click on cart, and where it says enable cart note, I would just uncheck this box. Now click here on checkout, and what you want to do is add your logo, so go ahead and do that. Now scroll down to the bottom, and where it says colors, I want to make sure that you do match the colors on your store here. So for example, my buy button is this color, so I'm going to make it this color here. And for the accents, go ahead and change it to a color that's already on your store, for example this one up here. Alright, so now we're done, so click on save. Now one thing we also want to edit here is the banner at the top. Sometimes I like to highlight important information here like free shipping. Alright, now once you're done, we're going to exit, and I want you to click here on pages, and now we are going to be adding pages on our Shopify store. So the first page, you should already have this, is the contact us page. In case you don't, you just click on add page. Then in the title, we're going to put contact us. And then here, you're going to click on contact, click on save. Let's go back. Now we can go ahead and remove this if it is on your store. Also, ignore this track your order page. You're not going to be adding this to your store, so don't worry about it. Now I want you to go to settings. Now click on policies. Okay, so here we're going to make the return policy, privacy policy, and terms of service page. So what I want you to do is click on create from template for all 3 of these. All right, now once you do that, we're obviously going to have to edit this a bit. So for the return policy, for most people, it's usually about 30 days, but obviously you can put whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete this section right here because we don't have an address. And everything looks fine here for me, just need to delete this one. And again, you're probably going to have to change this up depending on the product you're selling. This is just a template again. Let's go down to the privacy policy. So note to merchant, obviously this has to be deleted. Last updated, put in today's date. Now just go through this and make sure everything looks fine. Whenever you see note to merchant, you do want to delete that. And I'm going to delete this right here at the bottom. And then obviously you don't want to have your address on your store, so I would go ahead and delete that. And you don't want them to call you, so just put email. Now obviously I can't really advise you on what to put for the privacy policy. This is just an example here. Now let's go to terms of service. So for contact information, all I'm going to have on my store is the email, and obviously the email that you would have is basically your store's email where you want customers to reach out to you. This obviously is just an example. Now let's go through this and see if you have to make any changes. So here where it says link to refund policy, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that part. Now this looks fine, so I'm going to go ahead and save. One thing you want to do is Control F and see if you can find your address, because sometimes they do have your address in one of these pages, and obviously you don't want people to know where you live. All right, now we're going to go ahead and create these pages. Let's start with the refund policy. So I'm going to just go ahead and copy this. Now I'm back here on the pages section, add page. We're going to put return policy, and we're going to do the same thing with the other 2 pages. All right, so now you should have all these pages on your store. Now next, I want you to come here to navigation. Where it says main menu, click here. We're going to delete this. And for catalog, we're going to edit. Now what you put here depends. If you have multiple products on your store, what you want to put here is products. But if you only have one product, then you just want to put the name of your product. So in my case, I only have one product, so I'm going to put the name of my product. And then for the link, again, if you have multiple different products, keep it on all products. But if you only have one product, I would just go ahead and click on that one. And we're going to add another menu item. So here you're going to write contact us. Then we're going to add the contact us page. Let's go back. Now we're going to edit the footer menu. So go ahead and delete this. So now we're going to add the 3 pages here that we created earlier. So the refund policy first. Now save menu. Okay, now what I want you to do is go to online store, customize. Now click on footer. And now it's time that we customize this. Menu. So you definitely want to have the refund policy, privacy policy, in terms of service here, but you don't need to have this. We can just delete that. All right, save. All right, now next I want you to click here on theme settings, colors, and the color that you have here, just go ahead and copy it. Now we're going to exit, go to settings, notifications, customize email templates, and now you're going to change this color to the color we just copied. And then here you're going to add your logo. Perfect. Now we're going to save it. So whenever a customer purchases from your store, this is the email they're going to get. Obviously you want this to be on brand with your store. All right, now I want you to click here on shipping and delivery, then click on manage. All right, it's going to show you your products up here, and then you can actually customize the shipping pricing. Now this is going to depend on several factors. If you're drop shipping, you may want to do free shipping. That's usually what I do. But if you do want to charge shipping, you can go ahead and do that as well. But in my case, I'm not going to. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this as well. Now, what you want to do is click add rate. And I'm just going to say free shipping. But let's say you weren't going to do free shipping. You would just put the price here. Like for example, if you want to charge $10 or whatever. And then here I'm going to also add the rate, and again free shipping. All right, so if you're selling your product to people who are also outside the US and Canada, you want to click here on go to markets, and where it says international, click manage, click here on active, then save. Now let's go back to shipping and delivery, manage. Now, if you see a notification like this and you want to obviously sell in the US, click on the go to markets, then just make sure you put this to active and then save it, and then go back, manage, and then yeah, just make sure everything here looks good and everything is active. And if it looks like this, you should be good. All right, now that we're done with this, click here on payments. And then here, click on complete account setup. So obviously it's going to ask you private information here that you have to fill out. And this is the only way you can actually run the business on Shopify. So make sure you fill out all this information. and then go back. And you can also accept payments by PayPal if you like. So if you have a PayPal account, go ahead and just add it here. Now, next thing I want you to do is click here on store details, and where it says store currency, make sure you change this to whatever you want your currency to be. USD is usually the one that most people pick. And where it says profile, make sure you edit this. And for your store name, just make sure you do put your store name in. Now save. Alright, now let's exit out from here. Alright, now click here on online store. So you do have a password on your store, so once you're ready, you can remove the password so people can actually visit the store. But now let's just take a look at what we have on the store so far. Okay, so obviously the home page does not matter at all since most people are just going to be redirected to the product page. So as long as your product page looks like this, you should be good. Now, one thing missing from our store is customer reviews. I don't think it's very ethical to put fake reviews, so I would just wait. And once you do get customers, they can add reviews on the store. And then we also have the contact us page here. So basically, anytime a customer wants to ask you a question, they will just put their information here and send you an email. And so the email that you have on your store is the email that you'll be using to kind of communicate with customers. So make sure the email is on brand. But that is it for this brief Shopify tutorial. I will see you in the next video.